A couple years later, just out of the blue, it seems, Matt Jackson lays out a tweet one day. The Young Bucks will face the Revival. The world will rejoice. And then, of course, you guys were told not to tweet about him. So, of course, one Dash Wilder responded and said, one day the Revival will face the Bucks and the world will rejoice. Had you guys talked at all at that point?
No.
Like as friends or people or peers, nothing like that?
Not at all.
So that shit was just happening, huh?
Just happening. I mean, I think, the four of us knew that there was money there, at least on the scale that, maybe not on a national scale like WWE, but I don't know. Independent wrestling was becoming pretty national at the time.
But they were on a roll too. They were about to sell out a 10,000 seat arena.
Yeah.
And they were like, so the idea, and also, it's not like you guys were thinking, hey, we're going to be here in the WWE for 10 more years. You're thinking, hey, this is a thing that we're maybe leaving for.
When he tweeted that, I think, and like I said, I'm not lying to you. We had never talked to them, but I think less than a month later is when we asked for our release. So it was all, things were starting to be put in place for what was eventually going to happen.
Of course, a lot's been made of you and the Bucks, and we're going to talk about that deep dive at some point for sure. But I think part of the allure of Revival going to AEW was this intriguing matchup, much like you and the Briscoes, this conflict of styles of credible, elite, no pun intended, level tag teams. It must have been, as a creative endeavor, you must have already been kind of thinking, I wonder how we're going to approach the match if and when it ever happens.
Dude, I'd already been thinking about the match in 2016. So I don't know if we want to fast forward this much, and we can talk about it later when we go into a deep dive with the Bucks, but the finish we had for God dang, what was the pay-per-view? Not Full. Was it Full Gear? Yes. Full Gear 2020. The finish that we had where Cash missed the 450 and then Matt super kicked him. I had that in mind since 2020 because the whole no flips, just fist thing, I made up for me to compensate for the shit I can't do.
Yeah, instead of saying, "Hey, I can't do this," you're just indignant, like I won't do that.
Right. Yes. Right. And so it became a gimmick, and I was like, okay, well, at least I can say it's a gimmick that I don't do this shit because it's not beautiful when I do it. But Cash, on the other hand, is an incredible athlete, dude. He can do anything. I mean, I'm not. Well, you saw him do the 450, but he can do anything, dude. Like any kind of high flying move you want. Sometimes he has to, I will offer things for him to do in our matches. And he's like, I don't think that's me, man. Or I don't think that's us, but I offer it because he can do it. And sometimes I want people to see what he can do.
Right.
But yeah, I knew how athletic he was, and I knew he could, because I'd seen him do that move on the indies before. And so I knew that I wanted the story, the finish for that match. Then we had the eventual match. I knew I wanted us to try to do. We wanted to try to one up them. It was like, okay, fuck it. If we're gonna beat them, we're gonna have to get on their level. And so we crash and burn, boom, and then one super kick takes us out. 1, 2, 3. So I knew that was the finish. So I'd been thinking about the match for a long time, dude. And I was very, very excited for that match and a lot of other things.